Welcome to English Practice Everyday. Synonyms can be tricky. You might understand their meanings but still struggle to use them in their right context. In this video, we'll explore how to use these 7 synonyms for the verb calm in their proper contexts, plus 5 idiomatic expressions that mean the same thing. We will practice them with simple example sentences that reflect everyday situations. Let's start. Please speak out loud with me as we practice. Calm. In a proper context, calm is the general word for making someone or something more relaxed, peaceful, or less upset. I tried to calm the crying child. I tried to calm the crying child. Deep breathing calmed my nerves. Deep breathing calmed my nerves. Music helped calm the atmosphere. Music helped calm the atmosphere. The teacher calmed the noisy class. The teacher calmed the noisy class. Eve calmed her friend after the bad news. Eve calmed her friend after the bad news. Appease in a proper context means to calm someone, often by giving them what they want or by satisfying a demand. I appeased my hunger with a quick snack. I appeased my hunger with a quick snack. He tried to appease his critics with a public apology. He tried to appease his critics with a public apology. She appeased her kids by letting them watch a movie. She appeased her kids by letting them watch a movie. The government appeased protesters with new promises. The government appeased protesters with new promises. The manager appeased the angry customer with a refund. The manager appeased the angry customer with a refund. Placate. In a proper context, placate means to calm or make someone less angry, usually after they are upset or offended. Tom placated his boss with extra work. Tom placated his boss with extra work. The airline placated passengers with free meals. The airline placated passengers with free meals. Ivy placated her friend after the misunderstanding. Ivy placated her friend after the misunderstanding. They placated the neighbors by lowering the music. They placated the neighbors by lowering the music. John placated the committee with clear explanations. John placated the committee with clear explanations. Mollify. In a proper context, mollify means to calm someone's anger or soften their feelings, often through persuasion or kindness. Joe's charm mollified the interview panel. Joe's charm mollified the interview panel. Beth mollified her parents with good grades. Beth mollified her parents with good grades. They mollified critics by making quick changes. They mollified critics by making quick changes. The leader mollified the crowd with reassuring words. The leader mollified the crowd with reassuring words. The teacher mollified the students with extra break time. The teacher mollified the students with extra break time. Pacify. In a proper context, pacify means to calm or bring peace to a person or situation that is tense or violent. The police pacified the protesters. The police pacified the protesters. Lisa pacified the baby with a lullaby. Lisa pacified the baby with a lullaby. Sam pacified the dog with gentle strokes. Sam pacified the dog with gentle strokes. The announcement pacified worried employees. The announcement pacified worried employees. Diplomats work to pacify the warring countries. Diplomats work to pacify the warring countries. Assuage. In a proper context, assuage means to make unpleasant feelings less strong or to relieve. The food assuaged my hunger. The food assuaged my hunger. Reading assuaged my boredom. Reading assuaged my boredom. Paul assuaged guilt by helping others. Paul assuaged guilt by helping others. Zach's kind words assuaged Mia's fears. Zach's kind words assuaged Mia's fears. They assuaged public anxiety with honest updates. They assuaged public anxiety with honest updates. Sedate. In a proper context, sedate means to calm a person or animal with medication or to make them less active. The nurse sedated the restless child. The nurse sedated the restless child. They sedated the horse before transport. They sedated the horse before transport. He was sedated for the dental procedure. He was sedated for the dental procedure. The vet sedated the dog before treatment. The vet sedated the dog before treatment. The doctor sedated the patient before surgery. The doctor sedated the patient before surgery. Tranquilize. In a proper context, tranquilize means to calm, usually with a drug, especially for animals or in emergencies. They tranquilized the injured bear. They tranquilized the injured bear. The zookeeper tranquilized the tiger. The zookeeper tranquilized the tiger. Police tranquilized the escaped animal. Police tranquilized the escaped animal. The vet tranquilized the dog to remove the thorn. The vet tranquilized the dog to remove the thorn. Wildlife officers tranquilized the elephant for relocation. Wildlife officers tranquilized the elephant for relocation. Idioms and phrases for calm. Cool down. In a proper context, cool down means to become calmer after being upset or excited. Tom cooled down after the workout. Tom cooled down after the workout. Kate cooled down after the argument. Kate cooled down after the argument. Let's cool down before we discuss this again. Let's cool down before we discuss this again. I need to cool down before making a decision. I need to cool down before making a decision. They cooled down once they understood the truth. They cooled down once they understood the truth. Simmer down. In a proper context, simmer down means to gradually become calm after being angry or excited. Simmer down, it's not that serious. Simmer down, it's not that serious. Maria finally simmered down after an hour. Maria finally simmered down after an hour. The crowd simmered down after the speech. The crowd simmered down after the speech. Sean told the kids to simmer down before bed. Sean told the kids to simmer down before bed. The argument simmered down when both apologized. The argument simmered down when both apologized. Keep your head. In a proper context, keep your head means to remain calm in a difficult or dangerous situation. Ben kept his head while negotiating. Ben kept his head while negotiating. They kept their heads despite the chaos. They kept their heads despite the chaos. Mom kept her head during the emergency. Mom kept her head during the emergency. It's important to keep your head in a crisis. It's important to keep your head in a crisis. You have to keep your head when others panic. You have to keep your head when others panic. Lighten up. In a proper context, lighten up means to relax and stop taking things too seriously. Lighten up is just a joke. Lighten up is just a joke. Lighten up, you're too tense. Lighten up, you're too tense. We should all lighten up and have fun. We should all lighten up and have fun. He needs to lighten up about mistakes. He needs to lighten up about mistakes. Eve told me to lighten up and enjoy the party. Eve told me to lighten up and enjoy the party. Pour oil on troubled waters. In a proper context, pour oil on troubled waters means to calm a tense situation or reduce conflict. Susan poured oil on troubled waters by mediating. Susan poured oil on troubled waters by mediating. The speech poured oil on troubled waters in the community. The speech poured oil on troubled waters in the community. His words poured oil on troubled waters between the teams. His words poured oil on troubled waters between the teams. The manager poured oil on troubled waters after the dispute. The manager poured oil on troubled waters after the dispute. Parents poured oil on troubled waters during the sibling fight. Parents poured oil on troubled waters during the sibling fight. I hope the contextual use of all these synonyms and expressions is clear to you. That's all for this synonyms in context practice session. Please try to use these synonyms and idioms in their proper context in your speaking over the next few days to enhance your understanding of them. Bye for now.